Hello, I am Nika Harper, and this is a story that I wrote in an airport, and it is called Flight Status. Departure to Chicago at 7:25. It would always be cold, even though it was late spring, and the cobbled streets were still full of people who were mostly smiling because somehow everyone who lives in Chicago seems to love it. There was the giant chrome bean, spacious parks that locals and visitors alike took advantage of, and tall buildings that cast shadows on the bottoms of other tall buildings. How can the other buildings grow without sunlight? They weren't trees, but they could be. Departure to Austin at 5:05. Sweat on the back of your knees, the humidity playing tricks on everyone's hair and clothing like you could drink the air itself. Everything was green and wet, even the sky looked tinged with chlorophyll, and the clouds were made equally of brisket smoke and a musician's exhaled breath on a mic. Everything had color. Monochrome didn't exist. Departure to New Orleans at 8:22. Long paved streets framed by metal arches, crawling with ivy and hanging plants all held daiquiris inside. What wasn't metal was plastic, and plastic was all painted to look like metal. Nobody minded the tourists. How could they? They were everywhere. It would be like cursing the sun, and there was plenty of that too. Hints of Southern hospitality peeked out when you weren't looking. The populace was white tank tops. Departure to Vancouver at 11:40. The smiles flowed freely and widely. The streets were cleaner, and all the shops closed early. Departure to London at 4:35. The locals could hear you pronounce color and neighbor without the extra U. Departure to Miami at 6:20. Maybe they sprayed sunscreen and danced with you as soon as you got off the airplane. All of these places on a flickering digital board, down the line, one after another. All of them places I'd rather be going instead of the ticket in my hand. Why, thank you very much for listening to that. You can find a written version of it on my Tumblr, which is nikaharper.tumblr.com. And of course, I'm on all sorts of social media, and I would love to hear what you think. So please send me your thoughts if you really like this, or maybe if you didn't. This is all very much thanks to the people who are supporting me on Patreon. Patreon is an amazing way to support the artists that you love and the things that they are doing. Trust me, they appreciate it, and you help us do what we do best. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed it.